randomly, my boss was married to the head of counterterrorism at DOJ. And I basically struck up a relationship and was like, hey, that sounds cool. Can I go prosecute terrorists? And then that's literally that's how that happened.
And what was that? What was that like to prosecute terrorists? Like, what was that process? Can you just walk me through like just like the dummies, the dummy version? Just dumb it down for me. What it's like to
No,
prosecute
it was
terrorists.
great because I was coming out of JSOC where we were, racking stacking bad guys for SEAL Team 6 and Delta to kill and actually eliminate. And so this was another option. This was a righteous way to go out and bring someone back who had killed American citizens. And unfortunately, there was a lot of those. So it was pretty awesome to see like the power of the American government actually put to work for like a apolitical singular mission to go out and bring families some measure of peace who lost a loved one because some terrorist blew up their kid or kidnapped them or raped them or something terrible like that. And so when it was an option and when it was feasible, things like going in and getting some of the guys that did Benghazi, not all of them, because that's always unfortunately gets political, but on lesser known operations, we were able to bring folks that were planning to blow up shopping malls in Texas and take out the state capitol in California and just, stop that from happening. So it was pretty great. You just saw the intel community, law enforcement community come together and just say, this is all we care about. And it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. What would you say what was the worst case that you tried? Like what was like the worst? Can you like just pinpoint like the worst one that was like the most, like as far as like he was like, this guy is pure evil?
Oh man, all of them. I
Yeah,
mean,
right. They're all evil,
yeah,
right?
it's hard because the worst ones end up not being. I mean, it's hard to say what's worse because you don't want to try to compare them because
I'm
everyone
just
lost
talking about
someone
one
at
that
some.
stuck with you. The one that stuck with you that like, that sticks with you that you're like, man, I'm glad we got that guy.
It was actually one that we prevented. That's the one that sticks with me. This guy was tied to one of the top Syrian bomb makers in the world, and he was training him in America. And we found out he was training him to blow up the shopping mall in Houston and to literally blow up the state capitol in Sacramento. And we were able to rope in a source and feed in there and basically not only shut it down, but roll them up and put them away. And so I think that one sticks with me because it was a preventative righteous measure.
And that's what you got into it for, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. You want to stop that from happening. That's, man, good on you, man. Good on you for stopping that. Cause it starts at the top, right? And it's like leadership at any level, any business, any team, right? Because at the end of the day, you guys are a team trying to stop these guys
Oh yeah.
from committing evil. So it starts at the top, man. So like for you to be able to lead a team, it takes a lot of guts. You know what I mean? Because you have to really, it takes a lot of guts and a lot of risk and a lot of people aren't willing to do that. They're just not. They're not willing to take that risk and put themselves in that situation. So good on you. What do you think? What do you think in life prepared you to handle that? Like, did you ever, do you think that your life just like kind of led to that? Like the things you went through as a, I mean, you grew up in New York, right? Which is not an easy environment to grow up in, right? It's not easy, So you're growing up in New York, you're playing hockey. Hockey's a tough sport. And I'm sure being an Indian kid in hockey, which is like dominated by white
Yeah.
dudes, you know what I mean? So I'm sure that so your fear level was probably zero.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I guess it's a combination of those things. When I look back at it in retrospect, yeah, growing up in New York as an Indian American, at that during those times, it's a little different. Took a little heat. Kind of by the time I got to high school, I'd already heard every insult you could probably throw my way, so it was not like anything new was coming my way. Hockey was just a blessing. It probably prepared me in more ways than I could have ever thought, but it also prepared me for it to have like a brotherhood and know that like there's good people you could rely on out there. And as you said that, the work we do is a team. There's no one man doing that lift that we were doing. And I think one of my FBI agents told me, when we were doing some of these cases, he's like, dude, if you're not pissing off half the bureau, you're not doing your job right.
Yeah.
And what he meant by that was there's so many people in government that just want their next title and like paycheck and leap. And I just didn't care about any of it. And then I just got into government and stayed for 16 years and Trump got in. And, it was a blessing for me because it was the greatest work I've ever done. And it's brought me to this point in life where maybe we can do it again. So I just got there by as I say, putting the mission first. And yeah, I pissed off a lot of people along the way. That's why there's like hate pieces on me every other week in like the Times, the Atlantic, the Post, whatever. They're
Yeah.
they're making up stories. But you know what? Bring it on. I don't care.
Yeah. If you don't have a hater, if I got 9 haters today, I want 10 tomorrow. Like
Yeah,
that's how,
exactly.
that's how I look at it. Because if you're not pissing people off, and then you're probably just conforming to the bullshit that they're, you're just a part of the,
Exactly.
you're
I
just
mean,
a
you're gonna have
sheep.
like a million new haters tomorrow for having me on, but that's okay.
Oh, great. Perfect.
Wait, I got to intervene 1 second. While you brought up hunting before the Chinese got in our microphones, and 2 weeks ago I just slugged a 5x7 810-pounder elk. So we got to get on a hunt
Oh,
together.
you shot your first elk?
Yeah, my
Was that
first
your
elk.
first one? Where at? What state did you do it in?
I was way out in the Glass Mountains in West Texas.
Dude, good for you, man. Let's do it. Let's go on a hunt together. I would love to do that, man. I just leased a place. So maybe in next September, if you get like you just get it like a 4-day period where I have a lease just on the Western Slope. We'll go out there, dude, and there's a cabin on it and everything. We'll go out there and
I'm in. I'm coming. This show was worth it now, just in and of itself.
it's
Sorry,
an
I
over
pulled
the
you off
counter.
track.
Well, no, it's fine because it's an over the counter tag. We'll get you a tag and we'll go out there and we'll, have a little hunt camp.
Hell yeah.
That'll be a really good time. Hell, I'm so glad that you're getting into it. Because have you eaten any of it yet?
It's on process. I've been eating it my whole life, and I've never shot big game. I've just shot other game, and then when I was in Florida for a while, it was hogs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, gotta go on an elk hunt, gotta go on an elk hunt. I was supposed to go last year, but I tore my bicep playing hockey, so that got pushed off, and I finally did it.
Oh man, it's elk hunting. Wait till you do it in September, because I'm gonna get a bow in your hand and you're gonna start bow.
Oh, all right, let's do it.
Because if you like hockey, you like adrenaline.
Yeah.
So there's nothing like a 900-pound bull elk screaming 40 yards from you, just losing his mind. It rattles you. The adrenaline rush is incredible. And these animals I have so much respect for these animals because they're just incredible, man. They're so smart, and they get dumb in the rut because they only get to mate once a year. So
Yeah, that's when we took them down, was in the rut. We had to bugle them out. We spent a few days doing that. It was a great time. I'm sure your audience is loving you and I talking about elk, but it's all good.
no, they love it. That's the audience I have. They're gonna respect you even more because you're an elk hunter. Like that's it's just elk hunting is phenomenal. It's the best meat you can get. Like I love elk. So yeah, we'll make that happen off camera. We'll make that happen. We'll get some bulls down, and there's some big deer and bear. We'll get a bear tag for you too, because you probably never killed a bear yet, right?
No, haven't done bear, but I'll do it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get a bow in your hands. I'll talk to Hoyt and PSC and those guys, and we'll get a bow in your hands. That'll be you'll love it. You'll be obsessed with it. Once you start shooting a bow, you're obsessed with it. So sorry for that addiction that I'm gonna throw onto you.
I'm in. Sign me up.